Anthony Fauci on contradicting Trump, combating COVID, and becoming a hero and a villain. Fauci had a complicated relationship with Trump, the sixth of 7 presidents he advised. A boy from Brooklyn, the son of a pharmacist whose family lived above the store, he was drawn to medical school after his hoop dreams ended at Regis High School, courtesy of his 5'7" height. He became an immunologist and then director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, doing research and treating patients in cases involving the world's deadliest plagues, from AIDS to Zika. Then came COVID-19. It's sort of surrealistic, Fauci told u.s.a. Today an interview about his memoir, On Call, A Doctor's Journey in Public Service, published Tuesday by Viking. Go back years when I was in medical school. Did I ever think that I would be in a situation where millions and millions of people love me for what I've done, saving millions of lives, and yet have some people who actually want to kill me? During the worst global pandemic in a century, Fauci became the nation's communicator-in-chief, a hero to many Americans, as a straight talker, even when his candor put him at odds with the nation's commander-in-chief. But some on the far right accused him without evidence of incompetence and corruption, and even of being at the center of fantastical conspiracy theories about how COVID started in the first place. The acknowledgements at the close of the 464-page book reflect Fauci's newly bifurcated world. He thanks superstar singer and activist Bono for his encouragement and friendship, but also expresses special gratitude to the security details that by necessity became part of his daily routine. Do I feel safe? Fauci mused, repeating a reporter's question. Yes, he answers. But I still think deep down that there's a possibility that somebody's going to kill me. 7 presidents, 1 complicated relationship. During 38 years as director of the Infectious Diseases Institute, one of the longest tenures anyone has ever had, as the senior official of a federal agency, Fauci dealt directly with 7 presidents, from Ronald Reagan to Joe Biden. He describes the relationship he had with the 6th, Donald Trump, as complicated. From the outset, the blustery president seemed to like him, Fauci said. He sort of took to me like a guy from New York. I'm from Queens. He's from Brooklyn. He had that New York swagger about him, and I had a little bit of that New York swagger, and we seemed to relate to each other. Fauci also had the unexpected endorsement of Lou Dobbs, a vocal Trump backer, who then hosted a show on Fox Business and had interviewed Fauci through the years. But as the COVID pandemic raged, Trump became increasingly irate at the scientists who rebuffed his entreaties to declare the virus under control, well before it was, and rejected the tantalizing remedies he was hearing about from unorthodox sources. Fauci pushed back in private and in public until White House officials, unable to shut him up, barred him from going on Sunday morning TV shows. I had to, in order to preserve my own personal integrity and my responsibility to the American public, had to publicly disagree with him, Fauci said. Among other things, there was the notion that COVID would soon disappear, or that hydroxychloroquine could treat it. It might hurt you, Fauci cautioned Americans about the president's prescription. His most jarring exchange with Trump came on June 3, 2020, after Fauci had told a medical journal that even after developing a COVID vaccine, Americans might need to get booster shots down the road. Sitting in his family room late that night, Fauci got a call from a number that was blocked. The White House was on the line, and Trump was in a rage. He said he loved me, but the country was in trouble, and I was making it worse, Fauci would recall. He added that the stock market went up only 600 points in response to the positive phase 1 vaccine news, and it should have gone up 1,000 points, and so I cost the country $1 trillion in dollars. The unnerving call gave him whiplash, Fauci said. He starts off by saying, I love you, and then he blasts you, he said, and then he ends by saying, well, are we okay? We're good, right?